That was when we first started talking about your postpartum depression.
I went to the doctors and was like, can you check me?
He's taking our son for a run, and this lady stops him and was like, hey, do you want a running pram?
Oh,
You're a girl
I'm like,
dragon.
oh, at least they're having fun.
Nick is the shortest lead.
I'm like, shot out like a bat out of the hell, hit a rock, flew over the handlebar.
We do this thing called The Captain. Kia ora and welcome to the Sunday Meeting, the podcast where we talk about love, life, parenting, chaos, and everything in between. I'm your host, Cass, and this is my handsome fiancé, Nick.
Kia ora tato.
Kia ora tato. And we are going to talk about the Sunday Meeting today. It is our first episode ever, so we're going to introduce you guys. We're a bit nervous. You guys are a bit nervous. You guys are probably not nervous, but we are. Anyways.
Yeah, we've just been like, our skin's been crawling all morning.
I know, we've made this like as high.
We've overcomplicated this entirely.
Yeah, completely. But that's who we are and that's what we do, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Is there any other way to do things?
No way.
To like completely bury yourself in a pit of anxiety over the smallest thing?
Exactly, make it absolutely massive. Go as high production as humanly possible. And
yeah, if you can see the behind the scenes of this is our work.
It is. It's really what we've done here.
Yeah. Okay.
So, the Sunday Meeting is something that we started doing probably 6 or 7 months ago. Mm-hmm. It's a little check-in that we do every Sunday. We have a book, the Sunday Meeting book, and we write it all down and we talk about each area of our life. So, our house, our home, what we're eating, cars. Oh, one car.
We got one car.
We have one car. We don't really talk about it that much.
All our cars, the whole garage full.
Yeah, exactly. We're manifesting. We talk about each of our kids. We talk about our relationship. And we've just found it made such a difference in our life happiness. Like, life satisfaction's gone up massively, hey?
Yeah, absolutely.
Life satisfaction's gone up. Arguing's gone down. Foreplay's gone up.
Yeah. It's a win-win. Yeah, funny story about foreplay, which we'll get to. But actually...
maybe we won't.
not the actual thing, but yeah.
Talking about
Anyway.
Yes.
Okay.
Anyways, we start off every Sunday meeting with a peak and a pit, so a little check-in. So Nick, what is your peak been this week? Your peak of the week.
My peak of the week is I'm gonna just off the top of my head without giving it too much thought, getting little Nug that balloon yesterday, I fucking wish I could be that excited for a balloon. I wanted to pull out my camera because it's just pure so that would be a peak without too much thought on it. But I suppose in a formal way it would be restructuring the business and really getting a handle on that. And for all of you that don't know, we run a marketing agency, so it was it's been a year, just over a year, so we're fully into that now. And like any business, that first year is a lot of trial and error, and we feel like we're coming out of the postpartum period and really getting a grip on things again. So
perfect. Do you know what I've just realised? We actually haven't introduced us or our or anything. So let's do a quick introduction of who we are and what we kind of do.
Okay. Oh my god, I hate these things at those group meetings.
I know. So this is a group meeting right now. Okay. So I'm Cass.
Hi Cass. What do you do?
You. I am
often.
Too often. No, I am a stay-at-home mum and the creative director of our marketing agency. It sounds super serious when I say.
Yeah, did you make that roll up?
Yeah, I've just made that up, and it's literally just me and Nick, but I love it. I am my number one role right now though is stay-at-home mother.
Yeah.
Very traditional. I cook. I don't clean. Nick cleans. I cook, I look after our kids, so we have a blended...
What a fantastic job you do at that.
Thank you. We have a blended family, so we have 2 beautiful little babies that we've made together and 1 incredible little baby that Nick prepared earlier. Thank you. And so we only have him part-time, so sometimes we'll talk about having 3 kids, sometimes we'll talk about having 2 kids, and that kind of is why that is.
Yeah.
And we try to keep personal details of our children off the internet and really try to centre our sharing around our personal parenting experience.
Yeah.
We don't show their faces or anything online or talk about their names or anything like that. And my background is I am a content creator.
We're creating content.
We're creating content right now, but I used to be really into it before I had started having babies. And since having our little babies, I've kind of fallen away from it. And I think this podcast is me trying to find my way back of like sharing what I want to say without creating content day to day, because I just don't think that really fits in the way it once did. Hey?
Yeah. You've often said like you don't want to document their childhood on the internet, right?
Yeah, exactly. I used to be able to share a lot because my life was just me and obviously Karina, my little sister who used to live with us. And that was easy because Karina was old enough for me to be like, hey, can I make this video? She was like, yeah, I want to be in the video. Like, whereas now, majority of the people in our lives don't want to be on the internet, and that's okay. So yeah, I'm trying to find my new kind of way of creating content, and I'm hoping this podcast will be it. And my own personal purpose and value in life, I really am passionate about mental health. This is why this podcast is super important to me, because I think like preparing for things is like a really big part of mental health that we don't talk about. Like having the Sunday meeting, it improved so many things, but it improved our mental health. We stopped having conflict over little things that we were stressed about were sorted out quickly and efficiently through the meeting. Like everything just got better. And that's why I'm really passionate about the Sunday meeting, about people implicating Sunday meetings in their own lives, because I just really want people to feel like they can prepare themselves a bit more for life so they don't feel so overwhelmed by their feelings.
Yeah.
But that's a bit about me.
Jesus
Christ. I know. Sorry about that, honey.
Okay, you obviously don't get anxiety in those group settings.
Yeah. Me, I'm like, oh, a microphone.
I literally will go, yeah, I'm Nick. Happy to be here today. I'll say a joke, or I will just ditch to the toilet before we even do it.
Really?
And just come back in and go, oh, you guys already done it? And then just play it out like I'm walking in, like, you know.
I see.
But so I am Nico. Nah, I'm Nick. Cass has just said all about the family and our beautiful babies. I run a marketing agency in Aotearoa, but I like to say this. I run a marketing agency, but I am at home with our babies as much as I can be. Because the reason we literally started the business was so I could be home more. Because before that, I was on the corporate ladder climbing and doing all that stuff and getting to the top of different industries, and it just felt hollow, and it felt like I was essentially I was away for 10 hours a day. So we moved back from Australia, pulled the pin, and but I suppose the thing that I like about, or the thing that I want to do with the Sunday meeting is just like, yes, it's called the Sunday meeting, but I just think if people communicated a lot more, there'd be a lot less angry, frustrated individuals in the world.
Nick's a working dad, I think is what you'd call him.
A working dad.
You're a working dad. He's a dad first, he works second. We really prioritize wellness. And when I say wellness, I don't mean when I say wellness, I mean like low cortisol. We really prioritize a low cortisol lifestyle. We really prioritize like not being stressed about things, enjoying life, being happy, being at peace within our minds, within our homes. So like our business is run quite alternatively in the way that we are really fussy, I guess. Like we don't work weekends. We are picky with the clients that we take on board. It has to be a purpose-led brand. Yeah. They have to be really like making an impact within the community. So it's picky, it's alternative, and we are constantly chasing being present in the moment. Yeah. I suppose that's kind of what it is, if you could wrap it all into one. Like when I say we own a business, I'm like, not like a stressed out.
Not like that.
I mean, like Nick starts at 9, finishes at 3, and then not even that sometimes.
Yeah. So it's just prioritizing each other in the moment, because we don't have a village to come in and do different things and pick up stuff. It's me and you.
And Nikita, our nanny.
And Nikita.
And our friends that have kids as well. We are abundant in a friend village, I would say.
Oh, we got a beautiful friend village.
We have an incredible friend village. but they're all also in the trenches with their tiny children as well. So
Yeah.
it's just a very different thing, and that's why we started the business. Is that we don't have that. Like, you know, my family doesn't live nowhere near, like, we just don't have a
The support.
village support that we can give the kids away to on the weekends, or, you know, somebody has them for a couple of hours on a Saturday or anything like that. So our time is really precious, and we like prioritize like enjoying every day as opposed to a holiday
Waiting for
or
the
the
weekend.
weekend or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's our big priority in life, is to actually enjoy like 90% of it instead of fucking
Yeah,
20%.
and
on the
there's nothing more evident of that when the kids are sick.
Yeah.
And you're just like, okay, bunker down,
Yeah.
close the doors. This is us. Like, I'll tag you in, you tag me in.
Yeah.
Oh, it's my turn to be sick. Okay, it's your turn to be sick.
Yeah.
Like, and I get way sicker.
Nick
I get
gets-
the real bad man flu.
He
Far
does.
out.
Oh,
Oh my
Nick.
gosh! Sometimes, like, you know, I've had borderline pneumonia.
God, that fucking border. Nick, and
I did. Okay, so we went to a doctor visit. Okay, we took our baby in. He's bad. Like, he's got a temp. He's, you know,
so it
quite
was the
sick.
first time that he got sick as well.
Cass
so I
goes in
think-
there, okay, she starts underplaying the whole thing. She does this even when we call an ambulance or something. She'll just underplay it and be like, no, you know, I was just you know, I called Healthline, they told me to call you, so now we're here. How's your night? And I'm just sitting there like, so I went to the doctors and was like, can you check me? Can you check me? And she's like, geez, you're lucky. You've got like borderline pneumonia.
I don't think she said that.
You were in the room. And I'm like,
She said lots of other things.
and I looked at you
I
like,
think.
I'm like, I told you I was sick.
Like pneumonia.
I remember when that, you know, and then after that, we had the ambulance called. I was like, shocking. Anyway, man flu's a real thing.
Yeah, we've gone a little bit off topic there, but
Yeah, okay.
but this is the why we started the business and everything, is so that like sickness, it is like a bit of a funny thing that we look back on, because we get through it and it's actually not that bad. I think like we really when you prioritize low stress, when something stressful happens, you've got way more bandwidth, and that's kind of what the Sunday meeting gives, what our lifestyle kind of gives, and all that kind of stuff.
What a cool way of putting it, yeah. Basically, how the normal format of the podcast is that we'll open with the, you know, peak and pit.
Yeah.
And then we'll closely move on to like the talking topic of the podcast. And then I'm going to pull up a news article that is current. We're going to discuss it, give our point of view, and then we'll sort of wrap in from there. We will go on a lot of tangents, and we will do things like what we just did.
That's
So
what it is.
bear with us. We're trying to keep to structure, but we're not that structured.
Yeah.
Cass, give a run.
What's
So-
my peak and pit?
Oh, yeah. What's your peak and pit, bub?
Thanks for asking. My peak is our son's comms at the moment are so cool.
so
He's
cute.
just started like talking. So, well, not yeah.
Yeah.
I love it because I love communicating. I'm a big comms girl, so I'm just loving that.
You've
part.
waited for this moment.
I've
hey?
waited for this moment for so long.
Yeah.
So I'm just really liking, actually feeling like I'm a bit more parenting. Like, I think you're always parenting, but I feel like when your kid starts like really having those big feelings that are related to like not understanding something or wanting something they can't have or whatever, it's like, I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, and your
I've been training for
comms-
this one. So.
Your comms with him is just like,
Thank you.
it is so beautiful. Like, if you ever watch Cass talking to our babies, it is the most special freaking thing. She's so
that's it.
articulate and like so structured with how you're saying things, and so conscious of like the inner voice that he's developing. Like, you can see the thought that goes into it. It's beautiful, guys. Anyway.
Thank you. Yeah, so I am loving that. I've also I'm going 2 peaks. I started meditating again, which I haven't been able to do 5 months postpartum. Like, there's just been no routine. But I've started doing it after baby girl goes to sleep and while you're still getting nugged to sleep. And that's made a big difference. Like, I feel just calmer in my body, which I love. Those two. My pit. Oh, broken sleep. Broken sleep is hard, hey? Broken sleep and like not. I think as the kids get busier and busier, obviously us, we just miss you all the time.
Yeah.
Like, this is nice, but even this is so formal. You know, we're not actually just allowed to like We're not sitting and just chatting.
Yeah.
It's very filtered to be what everybody else
And it has
wants.
been a busy couple of weeks where you haven't really been able to like catch up on sleep with a nap, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, so just broken sleep and missing you is my pit, I think.
Oh, I miss you. Cassie, baby girl.
Nick.
Bubba. Tell us what happens in a Sunday meeting. What's our original layout?
So we do the peek in the pit, and we actually find the peek in the pit real good because we pinpoint stuff that I don't even know Nick's struggling with. Like something that we just... Like that was when we first started talking about your postpartum depression, hey?
Yeah, it was that. And I was like, yeah, it was one of my pits.
Yeah, you were just like, I'm just really struggling. And like, I think it's hard because in postpartum, everybody's struggling. Like nobody's like really thriving. Well, other than the newborn baby with my boob juice.
Yeah.
But she doing all good.
Yeah,
Like,
she
everybody else,
aight. She aight.
you know.
Yeah.
Then the other end of the scale, our dog's absolutely
Oh,
struggling.
my
Poor
God.
Romeo. Anyways,
Rhymes.
I know.
Yeah.
How overstimulating is a dog when you've got a
Oh my
newborn?
God.
though?
With the bloody lead on. The best advice. I had a consult with someone and they were just like, I was like, yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, our dog is just like, that's probably been the most overstimulating thing in postpartum.
And he
They're
was
like,
molting as
yeah,
well.
same with ours. And we just took the lead off,
His collar off.
his collar off, and I'm like,
What?
we're 3 months in. You mean
Take
what?
the collar off.
What do you mean? And now when we take it off, I'm like, just
relax,
breathe,
brother.
Rose. Just breathe. And you can see him just go,
I know. But yeah, that was hard. And who was molting? Do you remember? There was hair. We had to vacuum like 3 times a day when we were in postpartum because we were like, all the hair.
yeah, the winter.
It was hard. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah,
Postpartum depression.
postpartum depression. We would check in, and you were like, "Yeah, I'm really struggling," and I was like, yeah, "Okay," and we talked about it. And then it was my like the second or third time that we checked in, and you were like, I'm not okay," and I was like, "Oh shit, okay." And, you know, and each time it's not like I ignored it, but each time I was like, "Oh no, this is really serious."
I suppose each time we just dove deeper into it, and each time talking about it made me like open up a bit more and just discover what the actual feeling was.
Yeah, and it's a real space where you're meant to. That's what you're meant to do in the Sunday meeting, is to talk about what's wrong. And if you're not talking about it in the Sunday meeting, then it's that feeling of you're probably going to take it out on the other person throughout the week.
Yeah.
And that's why you have to talk about why you're upset in the
Yeah,
Sunday meeting. And it's like made us, I think, organize our feelings a bit more at being able to be like, oh, I'm a bit grumpy, I need to talk about this, so this doesn't spill out into the rest of the family over the rest of the days.
Exactly.
But yeah, I think that was good because we kind of talk about what's up, and then we're like, oh, what do we do to make that better? We talked about you going for more runs was one of our solutions.
That was my anchor.
Yeah.
And then with the pram thing,
Wild.
which happened after the Sunday meeting. But yeah, that was the anchor we talked about.
Let's talk about the pram thing.
Okay, you go.
Yeah,
you tell the
should I
story
tell the
because
story?
you're,
Okay.
you're a good storyteller.
Nick's really Nick's a big runner. He usually goes for a run by himself. Obviously, after we have the second baby, Nick has to have our toddler with him all the time to support me. And so he couldn't go for runs. He's going for runs with our pram. We have an Edwards & Co. It's just really clunky. It's not designed for running. He's taking our son for a run, and this lady stops him and was like, hey, do you want a running pram?
And this was literally whilst I was thinking about it and had thought about it and had a dream about it the night before.
It's wild.
And this old lady, I've never seen her before. I haven't seen her since. And she runs up to me and she's just like, hey, do you want a running pram? I'm like, oh my God, yes, 100%. And she's like, cool, come around and pick it up. Wild.
I know. And that's like, if you know where we live.
And that's like woo woo, like pulling that in. And I was literally, as I was walking, I'm like, God, I want a pram, a running pram. This is so shit.
I know. And then, yeah, he just got given a running pram, and that really changed things, and you were like able to do it. And now you love going for a run with him. You hate going by yourself. It's so part of your morning
it's the
routine
now, yeah.
And he loves it, and you get to have this like really cool time with him, which is really special.
Yeah.
And I think that's like a big part, that we've realized from the Sunday meeting is like when something's going wrong, us making it better makes everything better. Do you know what I mean? Like I think it's so easy to ignore stuff that's not fitting in your life. To be like, oh, I won't sort this out. It's too hard to sort it out. But you don't realize that when you sort things out that aren't fitting, everything gets better. You know, like the quality of your
It's almost like the
life gets
snowball.
better.
It's like a snowball effect of like you fix one thing and then you have no idea the impact that has on another thing,
Yes.
right? Is that what
definitely.
you're
Like
saying?
you just fixed going for a run, and then you and Nug bonded more.
Mm.
You know, and you enjoyed spending. And I think there was a real like spending time with Nug, spending all that extra time with Nug. Clicked from at one point during postpartum where you're like, oh, this is my job, and then you're like, oh, this is my guy here, like this is my buddy.
Yeah.
And I remember it went from like, as I'm coming out of the trenches, I'm like, oh well, you could leave him here, you don't have to take him, and all of a sudden you're like, well, I want to take him.
Yeah.
I can't go to the supermarket without him.
Yeah. No, he literally comes everywhere with me.
It's so special.
Yeah. So what? Okay, if we're diving in on that, what was that like for you watching me go through that when you're meant to be going through the hardest period, and in combination with that, you've got a lot of these like, you know, gender dynamics of like, oh yeah, you know, postpartum mums get postpartum depression, not postpartum dads. So how was that for you? Yeah, I suppose watching that and not.
I think it's good to realize that I quite enjoy postpartum. Like the newborn phase, I know that's weird. I kind of thrive in it because everything's new. Like, you know, like my little ADHD brain's loving it. I'm like, oh, new routine, everything's new. I love it. Like, even when I'm like, I remember the first 2 weeks of waking up with her at night, I was like, oh, hey girl, you again. I know I'm alone on
And
that.
I can actually vouch for this, like, because you can hear this shit.
Whereas, like, I struggle around 3-4 months. Like, that's where the wheels start coming off for me in my postpartum journey. But straight away with the
Because
newborn.
why? Because you're getting like a little bit bored.
Yeah, no, I get bored. I'm like, oh fuck, you again? We up all night, girl.
I want to go back to that one.
Yeah, like actually, can I have that?
What are they doing?
Like,
Yeah,
like then the novel, you know, then it really sets in, and it's
Fuck, that's so funny.
Sad. Like, no, but I think that's why, because both times I really loved the newness.
Yeah, what's that thing you
newborn.
say with baby girl, and it's like, are you a dinosaur or something?
Oh, you're a girl dinosaur.
Yeah. So I would
she's
hear
a girl dragon.
Yeah, so I would
of course you're a girl dragon. It's from Shrek. Our daughter,
it would literally be like 11:30 p.m. and I would hear this from the other room, like, oh,
you're a girl dragon.
Oh, at least they're having fun.
She's just so cute, and I always would put her in her brother's hand-me-down so she'd look like a little boy. But then you look at her eyes, and you're like, oh, you're a girl dragon.
Yeah, with her long eyelashes.
Like,
she's so girly,
girly
like little features. Yeah. Okay.
So I think it was actually, it wasn't that hard. Like, there were the hard things in postpartum. Like, I really missed spending time with Nug, and I missed being his person. But when it came to watching you struggle, that was hard because I just hate watching you struggle. Do you know what I mean? I didn't feel this, like, resentment. And also, I think it almost made me stronger. Because I don't usually struggle, but it also made me be like, okay, well, I can't actually struggle right now. You know? And then there was that switch around for 3 months where I was like, okay, I need to sub out right now. Like, okay, I'm struggling a little bit. And then that almost like pulled you really out of that last bit when I started needing you. And I was like, oh, I'm finding this quite hard. It was when she had her little regression. She wasn't sleeping.
Yeah.
I was up heaps in the night. And it was kind of like we passed the baton and I was like, it's my turn.
Like, okay.
And I think that was really cool. And I think that's actually my favourite thing about the Sunday meeting is like we almost have like a actual, like it's almost like an unspoken rule that only one person can struggle at a time.
Yeah, it's okay.
And the other person has to show up. And I love it because I can be struggling sometimes, and if I see you struggling, I'm like, okay, I'm all good. And I see you do it too. Sometimes like we'll wake up in the morning and I would have had a bad night, or I will just wake up with a little black rain cloud, and you'll be like, okay, I'm super dad. Like, you know, I've got dinner. Like,
it G's you up. Yeah, okay, cool. So this is on for dinner. Yeah, here's your breakfast.
Yeah, and I think it does. It like gets you going.
It does.
Bit,
it does.
like,
You thrive up. You're like,
I'm the leader today.
Okay. We're so egotistical. I love it.
We're driven.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it was a wild time, but
Such a tough
it feels like we're coming out of it, right?
Oh, I feel out of it. I feel so happy and like settled. You know?
Hard out. It's just
Makes
it feels
such
like
difference.
a normality.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's like the peak and pit. what are some other things that we go through? So it's like house purchases.
Yeah, like things that we want for the house. Like we talk a lot about hating our breakfast bar stools. Oh my god, I hate
Oh my
those.
god, the back pain. I feel like I'm getting a bulge disc just by sitting on them.
I know, we need to actually, you know what, I'm going to sell
Because I got
them.
some tight hammies.
I'm going to sell them on Facebook Marketplace. We will go without any and then it will put the burners on, I reckon.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we just keep on saying how much we hate them and then I'm being a bit fussy with our new ones.
As we should.
As we should, because I want it to be the perfect height.
I feel like with a proper chair, like my legs need to be like that. Like I need a full 90-degree bend in my knee, or else I'm just like.
And that's the hard thing as well. Like my legs are about.
I feel like a toddler
taller.
on a school bus.
Nick is the shortest leg.
I'm like, okay. As I'm just sitting up there, like, thanks for breakfast, Mum. I'm off to school. You know?
No, but I think it's me and Nick are the same height, but if
legs.
If we're sitting down, Nick's like this much taller than me.
Yeah.
Because it's all on our legs.
Yeah.
That's fun fact.
And Cass has got like, probably what, 20 centimeters on the femur to me. It's your femurs. Your femurs are huge.
I'm a lanky
They're
girl.
long.
So yeah, we talk about, there's an unnecessary deep dive. We talk about house purchases. We talk about our relationship. We've talked a lot about our sex life postpartum, which we'll do probably just a whole episode on because I think it's super interesting.
Yeah.
We talk about each of the kids, which I think is real. It's great to talk about your kids in a real intentional setting, but really made such a difference in our blended family experience because it's really hard navigating a blended family.
Especially when a new baby comes along, that transition period and making sure, 100%. That has been and like what you said, like putting real intention on each individual kid has been massive. With like little nugs like eating during that postpartum,
huge.
that had made a huge difference. Like that was a massive shock in itself. Like being like, oh my god,
How much has he eaten?
Okay, you can't just feed him crackers. Don't worry what I said. Like I would tell Cass, before that, like I would be like, you'd be like,
I'm worried about how much he's eaten, and Nick's like, just give him a
give
kiwi fruit,
him
give him a cracker.
And now, when I was like main primary of him during that time, I was just like, oh my gosh,
This is massive.
I'm going to sleep wondering if he's had like enough meat, enough veg, like did I get enough carbs into him before he fell asleep?
Will he wake up hungry?
Like, oh my gosh. And it's so stated that mental load because to understand it, you have to experience it.
And I also think
And
you
a
have
lot
to
of
get it
dudes
wrong.
don't experience it.
And you have to get it wrong. Like, you have to,
You have to be up
back.
at 3 a.m.
Yeah. And be like, I think I told you, like, I was like, this is a bit of a thing. And I remember when we were doing a bit of a handover in my final weeks of being pregnant, I was like, okay, do you want me to go over what I give him for breakfast? Do you want me to go over all the stuff? And Nick's like, it's all good. And I was like, okay. And then I kind of took a step back, and it wasn't until one day when you came and told me, I was like, thank you for giving me this. Like, it's fucking hard. Like, it actually
is. So gnarly. Yeah, I remember those first couple of breakfasts, and I'm like, how did Cass used to get up, make him like pancakes and all this sort of like, healthy food, like consistently and constantly throughout the entire day? It's wild.
It's a full-time job. But it's so, how good are you at feeding him now? And also we don't fight about it anymore, which is the best thing. Like, I think before it used to feel like this bit of a thing where you thought I was undermining you, or you thought that I didn't think you were good at it, but I just knew you didn't actually grasp the importance of getting the food into him and like giving him the variety and packaging it the right way. I was like, don't give it to him directly, Nick. Put the pancake down and walk away.
Don't look at him.
Yeah, don't look at him. Make it his idea, Nick. Do you know nothing?
Oh my god. The amount of times like I've just like slid something and just been like,
and you're like,
don't look at him.
act natural.
Don't look at him. He's eating it. Don't look at him.
Yeah, exactly. So
Wild.
I think that was a cool shift in that. So that now I feel like feeding him's really collaborative. Like it's both of our jobs that we take both really seriously.
Very seriously.
And I also think it was really cool getting a better understanding on how you wanted to parent Flame.
Yeah. We're changing that.
Nick's son. I asked him the other day.
Yeah.
I was like, Bud, what do you want your nickname to be? Because he's old enough to tell me. And I was like, I was thinking Flash, because I thought Flash was a real cool. He was like, no. And I was like, oh, what do you want? He was like, Flame. And then the worst thing is like the next week he comes over and I'm like, hey, Flame, how was your day? And he looks at me real weird. And I was like, I can't.
He's forgotten it.
I know.
Yeah.
But then every now and again he'll be like, call me Flame. And I'll be like, do you want to be called Flame?
Is this it? Like, can we write this down? Can you
Flame.
sign it?
It's
Yeah.
I actually can't.
Yeah.
So Flame,
Yeah.
our big boy Flame,
Because he's really fast at running.
he is fucking
Yeah,
fast.
so he's
He's
really
real fast. He's so Flame. Flame, and obviously Nick loves Flame. We don't have Flame full time. That's upsetting for Nick, but it's the right thing for right now. But I was finding Nick was being a bit of a weekend dad with the ice creams, eh? And we talked about this. This is another thing we brought up in the Sunday meeting. I was just like, my guy, every time we have him, ice cream, ice cream, ice cream. Like, it's, you know, he obviously doesn't get this at home. He wouldn't get this if we had him full time. Do you know what I mean? Like, he wouldn't wake up every day if we had him full time and be like, Dad, can I have an ice cream? And you'd be like, yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, we need to start figuring out a way to provide consistency. Because also, I don't want our son having ice creams. Like, he's really little still. Like, he doesn't need ice cream. His brother's getting ice cream. You know, it was complicated. And I was finding it, I thought you were doing it from a place of lazy parenting, personally. I thought you were just like, oh, he wants an ice cream, I'm going to give him an ice cream because I don't want to say no, you know? And it wasn't until the Sunday meeting where I brought it up and I was like, I'm just really worried about how we keep it fair as the boys grow up and how we don't make it feel like whenever Nug's brother's over, he gets all the stuff and our son. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, what's your thoughts? And then you said something that was really interesting.
Yeah. It was in Weekend Dad. It was the fact that because I had such, you know, little time, I wanted to squeeze as much experiences out of the couple of days that I do have him. And like, people might look at that like, you know, well, that is weekend lazy dad parenting. And I'm like, experience it. Experience it and tell me if that's weekend lazy dad parenting. Because it was just trying to squeeze as much experiences out and so much novelty and shared experiences with him within that, you know, time frame. And we'd make it a game, like try like a new sort of flavor and talk about the flavor that we just did, and you know, and like just to experience it with him and try to squeeze as much novelty out of the limited time I do have with him. So
you like seeing his smile, you like being able to give him that like special moment and stuff, and it's
shared,
not like
it's a shared thing, like, oh yeah, like, you know, it's like one of those things you put on a pedestal, like taking your two boys to get ice cream. Your two boys, you know, it's different.
And I think also maybe stemmed from you not having a dad growing. I guess, sorry, I've gone. Remember that time your dad left? No, I'm joking. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
No, but I think that drives a lot of your parenting with the boys.
100%.
You quite often will have this, and like it can be, and this is something that we talk about. And we know. I know that it drives a lot of your parenting. So I know that sometimes when you get a bit impulsive with what you want to do with them, like if you want to build a go-kart in the middle of a Sunday when like we don't have any of the supplies or anything. No, but when you hyper focus on something with the boys, and I really can find it frustrating sometimes, I like to remember that a lot of it is like you want the boys to have stuff that you didn't have.
Yeah, like those experiences with the dad.
Yeah.
Like I would have given anything to build a go-kart with a dad.
Or go for ice cream with him on Saturday.
Or go for ice cream. Or go to the frickin' dump with him. Yeah. You know? Like these like things of like, you know, go scootering down hills with someone. You know? It's it drives a lot, and it's quite.
Just can't stop thinking about you going on a scooter.
Oh my god!
He took the boys recently scootering.
Yeah.
Nick was like, "I need to get myself a scooter," and I was like, "Why are you saying that?" He's like, "Well, I was having a turn on their one." When they're toddlers, so their scooters are not the right size for Nick. Got a rock in it.
So we were racing, and I was originally racing in the pram, and then my Flame.
By in the pram, he means sitting.
Yeah, I was sitting in the pram, and obviously you can't go as fast as a scooter, so these boys were wasting me. And then Flame just starts heckling me, and start being like, "Oh yeah, I keep winning in that." I'm like, "Okay, all right. You have little Nug's scooter, and I'll have your one." And then we'll give it a crack. And we went up to the top of this hill, and I'm like, ready? 3, 2, 1. Shot out like a bat out of the hell. Hit a rock. flew over the handlebars
No.
and just like caned my knees and my elbows and just sat there lying. Flame takes off and wins. And then as he gets down, he sees that I've crashed and he just like falls down. He's like, oh, me too, Dad. Like, I've crashed too.
Yeah, he's like, well, do you want to
I'm
comfort
like,
me?
wow, how did that happen? And then
They're
little
actually
Nug's
so
just
funny.
like looking like, oh, little Nug runs up to me, like pats my head and he's just like, Dada?
Oh, they're so sweet.
Yeah, and yeah, so I'm not even competitive though.
But no, you'll get you a scooter, honey.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think it's like the consistency of the Sunday meeting makes you really understand the thought pattern behind your partner. And I feel like that's why it's really decreased our amount of like little arguments, because you do something, I get annoyed at it, and then I think, oh, Nick's done this because of this. He's thought about it this way.
And yeah.
And he's not actually trying to fuck me off. He's just like going 100 miles and has forgotten.
Yeah, and the like the most magical thing about the Sunday meeting is you get to grab a topic, put it on like the table, let's say, and both attack it.
Yeah.
And not like it's not an exchange of like energy of like you're doing this, which is in the fly. Like the Sunday meeting and the I suppose the tapu-ness of the Sunday meeting is that we bring topics to discuss and then we put them and we both discuss them.
Yeah.
You say your thought pattern, I say my thought pattern, and then we get it just it makes it not about the other person and more about the issue that's arisen.
Yes, exactly. It takes the person out, like it's not as personal. And now it's changed the way that we just argue, because we are so much better at always putting the problem on the pedestal
And asking questions before saying anything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, whereas like you don't. Yeah, it used to be like you can't.
Why did you do
yeah,
that?
Why did you do that? Rather than like
Why did that happen?
Yeah, why did that happen? Or why did you? What's the thought around that?
Yeah, we say shit like that all the time, eh? What was your thought process behind that one?
Oh my god, the one that disarms me the most from you. What's going on, honey?
I know. Cuts you off at the knees.
I'm like, Papa, nothing. Come here.
I know.
What do you mean?
That's so great.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a bit about the Sunday meeting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right, cool. So we will jump into the news article portion of this. So I've done some digging and I found a news article that said couples who regularly check in have lower divorce rates and better communication, plus more sex. What are your thoughts, Cassie?
100%. It's so
Why?
true. I think it's just because you don't have resentment. Like, quite often when I talk to my friends, they feel resentment towards their husbands for all these little things. Like, oh, he does this weird and he does that weird, and then they're probably feeling like similar things. Whereas we don't have that. Like, I don't ever have anything on my mind that I need to talk to you about, or barely, like, other than stuff that's going to the Sunday meeting. But even then, I feel like if it's something really pressing, I can like hit you up straight away. I can pick the right time now to hit you up about something, and I think that's the same with you.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So it's just like you're just more connected, and like also like within that we spend so much time flirting because we're never like a bit angry at each other, you know.
Yeah. And I think when you have like resentment towards your resentment, when you have resentment, when you have it towards your partner, it tends to grow and grow into something that should not have even grown in the first place. So okay, 100%. Now quickly, how do you think we establish those like real solid communication lines? Because it wasn't always like that, right?
No, first 6 months of our relationship.
I don't remember this,
You
Cassie. I was on
have
cloud
the
nine. I was like, oh, I
word.
have bagged the hottest, the funniest, the kindest woman I've ever met in my life. I have no recollection of this fighting.
Which is why we fought so much, Nick. Nick is actually he has like a rose-tinted glasses memory from so many
I
things.
have a
Like, he just
rose-tinted glasses outlook on life.
Yeah, he just has it a bit rose-tinted, and yeah, he doesn't remember. But we fought so much.
I just remember that one of moving that house.
Oh my god, the moving
And
day
I just
fight
remember,
was so
I just remember
bad.
sitting on that floor and you were just like going at me.
Literally.
I'm like, okay. But I usually move house like this by myself, like a sergeant major. What's
my
wrong with that?
We've moved house now 6 times, and the last time we didn't fight once.
Yeah, what's up, my guy?
What's up?
Yeah, but that's because we understand our role, right?
Yeah, we're very
we're
task
very
focused.
like if we're doing something, this is where the captain concept, which I'll get Cass to, you know, introduce, but that's where this came from because of these arguments over like normal, you know, big pivotal moments where the stress is high and everything, and we had to define a role. So, Cass, just quickly, what was the captain? You went viral for it, mate.
Thank you. We do this thing called the captain, and it's where every area of our life has a captain. And one person's the captain, the other person just has to follow and listen. And it just makes things easier. And I think it's because both of us are natural leaders. You know? Nick's a Capricorn, I'm a Libra. Like, we're cardinal signs, all right? We naturally lead. And so we used to always fight because we'd both be like, why are you not doing it my way? Yeah. But then also, I'm like, I actually trust your way. I just didn't know that we were meant to be doing it your way. I thought, I thought this was open for leadership.
Yeah.
So we have a conversation about who's in charge of stuff. Yeah. So, like, I'm the captain of airports and traveling because Nick is just, not a strong point. He's picking up bags.
I've got my 2 arms and my 2 legs, and I'm just walking that shit through. Yes, Bubba, what do you want me to do
exactly.
next? I hate those places. Yeah, there's way too many people.
It's too much for Nick. And so I'm the captain of the airports. Nick's the captain of moving. He tells me what to do if we move house. Yeah. And I just go, okay, do it your way.
I can move a fucking house.
And he can move a house.
I have been known to walk a bed up on my back up 2 flights of stairs.
Many a time.
Many a time. I love a moving of a house.
You do. So yeah, that's the captain. Yeah. And we do it with especially night shifts with our babies. Like if you wake up the other person and you ask for help, you're passing over the baton. That person is now the captain, you know?
And that came from the creation of the captain came from being frustrated at the outcome of these
night feeds with our babies.
Yeah, and also these but even before that, the moving of the house, that was frustrating that we ended up ruining a day and a night by that. I know. And that's where it really came from. Okay, cool. Well, you handle that, but you've got to handle that. Yeah. And everything with it that goes with it,
You don't get to do some parts of the job. You are in charge of the whole project.
For that day, you're Capitan.
Yeah.
So, for example, an extension of the airport is Cass is ordering the Ubers and making sure that where we're going and the accommodation and stuff is all sorted. So she's the captain of that entire scenario until we're there.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
And then within that though, if there's something that's too full on, I can be you need to sort this bit out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And the best thing about being the captain is if you tell the other person to do something, they gotta do it. If I was to be last minute, I haven't sorted where we're going to eat tonight. You need to Google something now and have that sorted by the time we get to the accommodation because that needs to be organised.
Yes, sir.
Yep, you're okay.
Yeah, I mean, yes, ma'am.
And that's good because we actually do doing what the other person says if that's what we know that we're doing.
Yeah, because it's an agreement. You signed a contract.
Yes, exactly.
Not a literal contract, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So. Okay. How do we?
Yeah, so that's the news article. So I 100% agree with that. I think there's something about an open book and understanding the thought patterns behind what someone is saying and why they're acting in that certain way. And that's why I think high communication, of course, you think about off the top of your head, some of the best communicators in your life are the most attractive people.
Yeah. 100%.
Because they're an open book. They're just this is why I'm doing this. That's why, and that's my truth. That's it.
And I also think it's Leah, spiritually, if you're communicating, you're not holding on to stuff. You don't have extra baggage.
Aura. God, your aura just
your aura's
vibrates.
Clear. You are open to receive communication. You are open to give communication, and that transfers to everything. So yeah, I think 100% it makes. I sometimes when I hear about other people's relationships, I'm why don't you just tell them that?
Yeah.
Can you just tell her that? Why don't you just say that to her?
It's progressive
hard. But I also think it's not portrayed in media. We were watching Sweet Home Alabama the other day.
Oh my God.
The worst. Don't create a business trying to get her back. Just talk to her.
Yeah, if you went to New York, tell her you're in New York.
Ask for dinner, Jake.
Ask her out and go, hey,
Mel would have said yes.
I understand you're doing this. This is my compromise. I could move to New York, but right now I'm trying to sort my shit out. You wouldn't have had to wait 7 years, Jake.
Just the most ridiculous things in rom-coms. Like, I'm not going to talk to the person
and
that
also,
I'm really
why
in love
are you
with.
still going out to that thunder farm and putting the rods in yourself? Why have you not outsourced that?
Yeah, exactly. How big is the business, Jake? If you're still doing the groundwork on that one,
is majority of cash in that account from drugs, Jake?
You're not doing anything illegal, are you, Jake?
Do the voices so I can kiss
Jake,
you anytime I want.
You need to get your stubborn ass down here and give me a divorce. So I can kiss you anytime I want. Okay.
Oh my god, I wanted that story for me and Cass. Okay, I wanted that origin story for me. Yeah.
When she goes, Jake would never hit me.
I know, when you zoom out and you're like, fuck, okay, you haven't even left your hometown. You've married someone that you've loved since you were 10. Have you grown as an individual?
But Jake would have gone through hardship to make
where's your hero journey?
Either way, there's what we're saying is of course people don't have really healthy communication styles in their relationships. We grew up watching Sweet Home Alabama, okay? Yeah. And that's probably not even the worst. I haven't even really given this thought. We just watched it the other night.
Yeah, but that's 100%. The media doesn't tell you that you need to communicate, and watching movies is frustrating, especially with the tism, and you're just like, why didn't you just say that? Why are you letting her walk away?
I used to not be able to watch Gossip Girl if I was struggling with my mental health, because I'd always be like, why are you guys just not communicating?
Yeah, it's
But yes.
Okay, so we both agree on that, 100%. Okay, so what are so we're wrapping this up. We're coming to the end. This has been awesome.
I think this bit we'll do a little question from somebody that's listening to the podcast. So let's make up a question.
Okay. I've actually got some here pre-printed.
Cool.
Do you think I'm more honest in these meetings than in everyday life?
Yes, 100%. Because you're just not offended. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I can say some gnarly stuff to you during the meeting and you don't get offended.
Yeah, likewise.
You're like, I don't know why I do that. Whereas if I had just hit you up in the middle of the day being like, why did you do that? You'd be like, because Cass, I'm doing everything right now. You wouldn't speak to me like
Cass,
that.
I'm cleaning the bathroom right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. 100%. You're just your guard's down. You know that you're not being attacked. You know that the whole point of the meeting is to make everybody happier.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a real, it feels like a real team sport in that, when a lot of life can feel quite individualized, eh?
Yeah, it's quite nice.
Yeah. Okay. Here's one. Do you think we'd have ended up in real therapy if we didn't start this? Remember how we used to fantasize about should we just go to therapy just to see
how good we're doing? No, actually I can't with us.
Because we'll go there and then they'll be like,
and they'll be like, wow, you guys are such great communicators.
Yeah, what are you doing here? Thanks.
Oh, this is good.
Oh, am I meant to say that? It would be like, I'll book it.
Well, it's hard, because what would our relationship have been like if we didn't talk like this? I have no idea. We're both really opinionated and we're both quite fiery. I think we would be arguing a lot. We always talk about, we met 4.5 years before we actually got together. There was 4.5 years between the first time and the second time we met. And if we had gotten together that first time, I think we would have been toxic. I can't even imagine the feral fights we would have had. Especially on the piss, because we both would have been drinking heaps and putting stuff up our nose. I honestly, we would be not on brand.
No, it would just be we're all peace and love and shit.
I know, which is funny. That's just probably we might have ended up in therapy.
Yeah.
Who knows?
It's an interesting concept to think of. How do you know?
How do you know? But I do know if we got in together when we first met, I don't know if we ever would have been able to grow like we did.
Well, that's the beauty about getting into relationships later in life, is that you've had all these experiences and you've had all these trials and errors, and understand yourself way more. And especially if you've gone through a real hard period, which we both have, and that was we both say how much growth we went through in that time, you know, and then we showed up as the individual that deserved the other individual rather than like working on it together, which is hard.
So hard. I think I can't imagine how hard it would be to not. I got to heal in peace. Like, you know, I got to heal alone without anybody around and stuff. And I think there's a lot of power in that. And like, if you're doing it differently, like, just props to you, because that's fucking hard to like break patterns and break cycles when you're in the same relationship that you were when you started all them. Like, that's fucking hard. And I think it's like, I really have a lot of respect for couples that do it. It just wasn't our path of doing it, I think.
Yeah, for sure. What would something from this episode, wrapping it all up, what we've discussed, what would you like the listener to, I suppose, like maybe plant a seed of something that they can, if they fucking want to, who cares? Like,
don't listen to us.
Yeah, if they want to. If you were like a gardener person that ran a gardening shop, and you're like,
we're real big.
And this listener came up, and they were just like, okay, I'm looking to like grow a garden, and you're like, oh sweet.
Don't talk an analogy.
So aisle 4 is the seeds. What are the seeds? Fuck, that was good.
I have no idea what you've just said. Ask me just a really direct question, honey. Like, just try again. I think you have a good. I feel like.
Okay, the listener walks into the garden.
No, leave the garden shop. Put that on put the garden shop back.
Hey, like, what if I wanted to start a Sunday meeting? Yeah, which aisle are the seeds?
Why is there things in aisles?
No, if I wanted to start a Sunday meeting, what do you think the first step would be for me to take? Which aisle are the seeds?
No, okay. I think the best way to start is like frame focus the Sunday meeting on just being a date at the beginning. Because if I don't want to remind you, Nick, but you weren't super into the Sunday meeting when I first brought it up. You were kind of anti it. So I was like, Nick, it's a dinner. I was like, I'm gonna make a really yummy dinner, and we're gonna sit down and connect about the week, and then we'll just talk about a couple of things.
And Cass makes Cass's food.
So yeah, so I would position it first as something positive that the other person actually wants to do, because usually there's one person that's going to be really pro it and one person that's going to be like, this is a fucking waste of time.
Yeah.
So position it so that it's fun. And we did, the first couple of ones that we did were just like snacks and a catch up. And then I introduced the book, and then shit started getting very serious. And then a real change in the Sunday meeting was when you started being the writer. And, you know, you were all of a sudden like, how cool is this? And you looked back on the Sunday meetings and saw all the stuff that we had achieved, that we'd talked about, like, and you were like, oh, okay, I'm the writer now. Like, you know, like you felt...
I'm the scribe.
Oh, sorry, I'm running this meeting. Like, you know, and then, so I think start fun, focus on the fun and focus on the connection first. Get into the nitty gritty later, because you naturally will. If you're sitting down with your partner once a week with the kind of idea that you're going to sort shit out, eventually you'll sort shit out. You know, don't make it this giant thing from the beginning that has to be super formal. Let it grow like a flower in the garden shop.
Yeah, beautiful. See, it's a good one.
Hey Nick, thanks so much for your time today.
Hey, thank you for your time.
I think that's beautiful.
Thank you so much for all of you listening out there. This has been fucking fun.
Yeah, send us questions so we don't have to read out made up ones.
Yeah, so we don't have to get the old chat GPT to also chat GPT for like recipes. Anyway,
Nick's like, I've got this microphone now. I never put it down.
So welcome to episode 2 of ChatGPT and how it helps with recipes.
Okay.
Now, thank you so much, guys.
Thank
I really
you.
appreciate your time and listening to our voices over there. Any questions, send them through. Like, subscribe, fucking do all that cool shit, because we like being here and we hope you like us being here also. So, Cass, close us out, baby, with a song. Do a voice of the Sweet Home Alabama again.
Sweet Home Alabama.
No, you can, so I can kiss you. No, Jake, get down here and do and divorce me.
Jake, you better get your stubborn ass down here and give me a divorce.
Okay, and one more. Do the New York Cars lady sale.
Oh my God, no, I haven't done that in years, Nick. Okay. Grow up, we're gone.